All right, I'm back. It's been a while. I know I haven't done a long video in a while. I don't even know if anyone noticed, but I haven't. I've been out shooting nonstop. This is a rare occasion for me in the summer, but I'm on hummingbirds. So today we're going to look at some hummingbirds. I'm going to give you some tips on hummingbirds, and hopefully you enjoy these shots that I've been getting over the last about a month now. All right, so hummingbirds. Here's a photo. This is a ruby-throated hummingbird coming in to some salvia, and I'm gonna flip through another one right now. This is a female. They're partners. I think these are a pair. I'm pretty sure they come from the same nest area. I've been watching them every day. So through this video, I'm going to pop some photographs, and they do take me a lot of time. And it gets a little crazy because you can cheat with hummingbirds. You can obviously put a feeder out and they're here. But the location that I go to, it's completely natural. The cycle time is probably 20 minutes per feeding or per appearance that they make. And in this location, there's several hummingbird nests up the road from where I'm out there, photographing every day. So you don't want to chase them around because obviously you don't chase birds. It just never works out for you in the end. But I've been sticking with this one pair, and it's crazy, a little compulsive. I don't think I've missed a morning yet. It's been about 3.5 weeks, rain or shine. The sun and the clouds make a big difference with the ruby-throated hummingbird. Because the hummingbird in the male, as you can see in this photograph, the feathers are not red on the surface. It's all by a reflection of the light. They're actually black or a dark brown. So, as you can see, a little bit of red creeping through here. It's not bright red like in some of these photos, like this one right here, where you can really see the red neck. And it gets even brighter than that when the sun's brighter. But where I shoot them, they're in a section of the salvia that's pretty thick, and I like to get them in between the flowers and the pockets. So basically, my recommendations on shooting hummingbirds are try to find a location that not many people photograph, and try to find a location that's very dense. But you can also get pretty intimate with your chair. I use a chair because sit for such a long period of time. They're not afraid of you. And if you sit still and don't move around a lot and they're coming to that location, you're going to get some good shots. They're hard to track. I typically turn bird AF off. I rely on my autofocus skills and my autofocus system. And I get close. I'm shooting these with a 600 millimeter, and that is the way to do it. You want to try to get as much of that frame filled as you can. Now, it does become a challenge. So my area lights up at certain times of the morning because of the trees behind me. And to get that low light early in the morning, I got 20, 30-minute windows per salvia shrub section. So you look for the light. Some days you don't have it. So, maybe your shutter speed's at 1200 or 1600. It's not really fast enough. Now, it won't blur. The wings will blur. You can stop the body. And then you can get lucky if you shoot a high frame rate, because sometimes you'll stop the wing even at 1600. I try to be at 5000, 4000, 5000, sometimes 6400 if I can get away with it. And that's shooting with an f4. I do have a 400 2.8, which really comes in handy on overcast days because you can shoot at 4.8, obviously, and if you're that close, you can get away with the 400. But that's a luxury. So I've been doing a lot of video too, and I'm gonna post some videos here as I'm talking. I'm gonna throw these videos up. This is where I've been having a lot of fun. These videos here are all shot on the Nikon ZR, 120 frames a second. I'm slowing it down to get the slow motion, and I'm happy with it. This is what I do now in the summer when when I'm not out photographing hawks and eagles, and I don't have all that time in the day, and this works out better for me. I can video. Now, I'm not a video guy. I've stated this before. but I'm becoming a video guy. I don't know how or why, but it is really fun. I'm actually having a really good time with this video thing. I've been using the 400-2.8. I have a teleconverter, and I can get in tight on the hummingbirds. I've done a couple other birds with it, trying to, hone my skills. And I'm getting used to the no viewfinder on the ZR. But other than that, I'm very happy with it. I've been using an external monitor, mainly so I could blow it up on my replay to see if I'm getting focus. It's a challenge with the hummingbirds on the video, but I'm enjoying it. It allows me to get a couple more hours out in the field. It allows me to go on a rainy day, and it allows me to shoot early in the morning before the sun's really up in my area or my location that I go to, and I'm having fun with it. So other than that, I mean, in lieu of going to your feeder or someone's feeder, just try to find some of these trumpet vines, flowers with the trumpeting, salvia, not vinca vine. There's a trumpet vine. There's morning glory, honeysuckle. There's a lot of hummingbird plants out along a lakeside. That's even another spot. I have a spot I'm going to start going to now that's along a lake, and it's got these flowers. The same thing, wildflower gardens, butterfly gardens, pollinator gardens, obviously. They're great spots, and a lot of these like public parks have big areas they plant with all the wildflower mix that comes up every year. It's low maintenance for them. It also brings in the hummingbirds. So research that. Don't just drive by those locations, because a lot of times there's a lot of good hummingbirds there, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm getting to use the ZR a lot more than I probably would have. I bought it for a video camera only, maybe a street camera. I got the little Pancake 28mm lens, which I love. And it's kind of cool to walk around, just shoot some street or, just shoot some daily photography, since I'm not using my cell phone for the camera anymore. Still holding out on that. But other than that, hummingbirds are my thing for the summer. So I'm going to try to get back in the studio and make some of these videos, some long form videos, because I've been doing the reels on Instagram and it's been working out really well. I get to do a daily, couple videos a day to keep you in the loop and just have a fun time. These are all fun topics I've been doing it on. But if you don't follow my Instagram already, 168 Wildlife, and it's pretty fun. I talk about everything from ISO to funny comments to why you shouldn't go in the crop mode if you have a full frame camera. I got a million of them out there, and they're a lot of fun. So check them out. I appreciate you watching the video. It's good to be back in the studio doing this again. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the alert button so you see when I do a new video. Hopefully I get at least once a week. And 168 Wildlife on all socials. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.